Hey party people, I'm Jess and this is Jess Budgets. Welcome to my channel. In today's video, we will be doing a budget with me video. In this video, I will show you how I determine how much money I put into my variable expenses and my sinking funds. So if that's something that you're interested in watching, please stay tuned. Alright, so we're going to start with my budget breakdown. Most of my bills are paid online electronically. That's just easier for me. I know it's paid out every month and I just go in to make sure that they've been paid and how much the total is. Certain bills like the electric bill, water bill, they tend to have different numbers depending on the season. So what I like to do is I just estimate the highest amount it's ever been. That kind of covers the bill, so I'm never essentially short when it comes to the bills, because the highest amount I've ever paid for that particular bill, that's how much I budget for the bill. So I tend to always have a buffer, leftover money in my account due to that. And for the most part, I leave it in there just in case something comes up that I wasn't expecting, or if my husband swipes the card without telling me, it's there to cover it and I don't have to worry so much. I'm gonna fill out the date, the check. My pay period goal, that's always my goal. The remainder that we have is $749, and that is for variable expenses and our sinking funds. So I'm going to start off with my variable expenses because that is a priority, because these are the expenses that we need for everyday living. My expenses are for a 2-week span. I get paid bi-weekly, $30 on gas each week, and then an additional $20 for tolls. So gas, I'm going to put, it's 30 each week, so that would be 60, and then a 20 for tolls for 2-week span usually. So that is $80. So I'm gonna subtract 80 from the $749. Then I have groceries. Groceries, I tend to do $100 per week, so that would be $200. That amount has been working okay for us. Groceries have gone up a bit, so I may have to bump this up soon, but for now we're really trying to eat items that we have in our pantry, in our freezer. We're trying to get creative with meals too, and I'm trying to do combo meals where if I make, for example, like ground beef, I can use that ground beef for spaghetti, and then I can use the ground beef for tacos. Like, I'm trying to get creative like that with my foods. That way I have to cook less because it's like 2 meals in one, or quicker meals, and then I save more money if I buy it in bulk sometimes. So that's that. I do have a BJ's membership, which is kind of like Costco, Sam's, like those wholesale grocery store places. I do go there occasionally. I would say about once a month. I tend to pick up things that I think are priced well, that we use a lot, that we would benefit from getting in bulk. So I do have a sinking fund for that, and that kind of supplements the grocery bill for the month. Then I have food. Food is my takeout, eating out envelope. So this pay period, we're doing only $60. So now I have $409. So then next up is spending. I think this week for spending we'll do maybe 30 each week, so a total of 60 as well. So that gives us 349 that we have left. And then I did need to put money into kids, and for kids I'm going to do $30 only because I wanted to have money in there for little items that I have to get for the kids throughout the 2-week span. We're at $319. Then for family, I want to start stuffing this one. We do have an outing at the ending of the month, and I wanted to save some money to have to spend when we're out. So I'm going to put 25 towards that. So I have 294 left over, and I believe what I'm going to do is I'm going to use that money for my sinking funds. but let me tally up to see how much this is. Okay, so this is $4.55. So this total is $4.55. So I'll be taking out $749, but $4.55 of it will go into my variable expenses, and then $294 will go into my sinking fund. Then for my sinking funds, the way that I decide how much to put money into what, it really depends on my goals for that span or what I have planned in the following months. So I'm going to go ahead and do that, and I will show you how I decide on how much to put in what. I look through my sinking funds and think about what we have planned for the next week and see what status my sinking funds are in and how much money they have. And that's basically how I determine how much to put money into each. For our sinking funds, the way that I like to focus on my sinking fund is I have a general goal of how much I want for the fund. So if I have a set goal by X amount of days. So if, let's say I was planning a trip to visit my family in June and I needed $1,000 to cover airfare, right? So what I would do is I would do $1,000 divided by 6 because we have 6 months to get there. So I need to put every month $166. That way I meet my goal by June, but I also don't feel it as much because I'm putting a little bit each month towards that goal. You don't have to do it that way. Some people will do 1 month, save for a few months before it and just put all of their leftover money towards it. You could do it that way. A lot of my sinking funds are just long-term where I don't have a set amount. It's just revolving because I use it up. So like clothing, I always have to buy new clothes for the kiddos. Always mindful of, oh, I recently did laundry and I noticed my son outgrew his pants. I know I need to stuff into clothing because I'm going to have to buy him pants soon. Or I notice that my son's pants are starting to fit a little snug. I know that I have to allocate money into clothing so I can make that purchase for him. Things like that. So that's kind of how it works for me. For my sinking funds right now, I kind of flip through them and I figure out what I want to put into what. And then my longer term binder. So I looked through my sinking funds and I have a general idea of what I want to stuff. First fund that I wanted to stuff is car. And car I wanted to put $35 into. So I have $294 minus 35. So I have $259. Then new car, which is a sinking fund that I started for my husband's car. His car has been giving him a lot of trouble and it's very old to the point where somewhat reached the goal where it's better off being sold than fixed. So I think that's what we're gonna do. We'll most likely sell his car and use that money with whatever money we save towards a down payment so we can get a new car. Not that I want another bill, but his car is in really bad shape and we rely on it to get to and from work and to transport our kids. So it's a necessity, unfortunately. So new car. Then we have vacation. So for a vacay, I wanted to do $30. And we have back to school. And back to school, I'm gonna put in $20. So we have 35 minus 30 minus 20. That's 174. Back to school, I know school is starting up mid-year and I wanted to start beefing that up for uniforms and supplies that my daughter will need along with my son. Then we have Christmas. I know we just got out of Christmas, but I figured if I put little bits each couple of weeks, I'll hopefully have more money for this coming Christmas. So I want to do 25. Yeah, so I have 149 left. I know I was Christmas. I also wanted to put into birthdays so I can start saving for my kiddos' birthdays in the event that I do a party, or if I want to take them out somewhere. So I want to have that money. Thankfully, my daughter's birthday is towards the beginning of the year and my son's is towards the ending. So it gives me time to save for one and then start up and save for the other. So I want to put $20 towards that. So I should be at 129 now. So I also wanted to put into gifts because we are going to a birthday party and I will be using that money to buy a gift. And I wanted to do luxury, put a little something because I haven't been stuffing it and I have 109 right now. So I'm going to do the $9. I can treat myself to $9 for luxury. Clothes. I did need clothes because my son needs bottoms for school. So I'm gonna do $30 at least there to start saving up for that. So I have $70 left and I do want to put money into the kids fund. The kiddos, not their variable expense, but their own personal fund. So I have 70 left. I'm gonna just split that among both of them. So I'll do 35 each. And that is 294. I'm going to calculate again just to make sure. 294. So it's 294 and I have 0 left. And that is basically a 0 base because we tallied to 0. And this is what I plan on taking out. So I will be getting 749 in cash. I will have 455 of that go towards my variable expenses for the next 2 week span. And then 294 I will break down and separate it among a few sinking funds. That is it. Hopefully you see that. That is what my money will be doing in this 2 week span. I really like this breakdown just because I feel like in the past I used to save, but my money didn't have a purpose. I was just saving because you had to save. But I feel as though since I started cash stuffing, I've noticed that I kind of tell my money what to do and each dollar has a job to do. It really helps me prepare for the future. So that's what we're gonna do with our money this 2 week span. Hopefully you enjoyed watching. My next video will be cash stuffing of these funds and I will catch you on the next one. Bye.